2, 1, and we're live. Hello, all, and welcome to the INVICTUS community stream. We are a bunch of dorks that like to play games, and we're also we're part of the INVICTUS community over on Facebook. So basically, we're a bunch of guys that girls too that got together and came and started watching the INVICTUS guys on their YouTube channel. And they stream every Wednesday night. They do several systems, and they have an ongoing campaign that they do every week on Wednesday nights at 8 p.m. Eastern. So definitely check them out. So that's how we kind of got started. We started checking them out and a lot of the cool campaigns that they've been doing, and then we went and we actually joined the Facebook group. With that Facebook group, gives us access to a lot of people that like the same kinds of things. So with that, there's a good community there that we have where we'll post some ideas and just kind of do some things and do some things like this where we actually started a stream itself for just the community so that we can get some new systems in that are different than what the main guys are doing there. And we're able to kind of explore those together with and be able to play some RPGs when we mainly otherwise would not be able to if we don't have a big enough local community for RPGs. So anyway, that's kind of who we are. We have done Don't Rest Your Head. We're doing now. This is the Vampire the Requiem session 3. We're also currently in a campaign for Dungeon World, and we're super excited about all those. And tonight we're happy to announce that we're going to be continuing the Vampire the Requiem, moving that along for you guys. So if you'd like to play, or if you'd like to join the Facebook group, check the description below. That will be in there. We'll have the links available. Also, too, if you'd like to join us and play with us, go ahead and join that Facebook group. And then after that, you should be able to send us an email, the invictuscommunity@gmail.com. Go ahead and send us an email there, and we'll go ahead and once we get enough people together, we'll plug everybody in and start a new campaign. So that's kind of how all of these campaigns have been started. So anyway, so what I'd like to do is I'd like to introduce all of our players that have been coming back. So we've got Sam as Connal Riley. Hey, Connal. We have Mike as Mikhail Silco.
Hey, hey.
We have Mark as Michael Jones.
Evening.
And I am Chris Lawrence. I am playing William Neal. And we have our very lovely Bob, the Game Master.
He is quite lovely.
He is lovely.
All right. Well, we're going to go ahead and get started, and I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to Bob that's going to give us a little bit of a recap for last game, and then we're going to jump straight in.
All right. Thank you there, William. If we all remember way back in the last game, you had been told to leave the area by the new prince that you helped put in power, purely on accident, I'm sure, and ended up meeting 2 children. They called themselves X and O. They took you to a city that was basically not on our plane of existence. It's a town called Sinyon. Mages, werewolves, vampires, everything lived in somewhat harmony, but there was some sort of sickness. It was almost like a cancer spreading around the town. Some people had ended up disappearing and dying. You were tasked to break into some sort of depository that had some artifacts in it that X and O needed to help protect the city. You went in to a building and Before that, I'll go back. You were approached by doubles of yourselves. I believe it was all of you, right?
Yeah.
They were called brain fart. Is it the Cynics?
Strix.
Strix. Thank you. The Strix, which you've never even heard of before. You ended up fighting off your doppelgangers and making it to the building where you sealed yourself inside, but they were going to get in at any time. There inside, you saw 4 rings suspended in the air. Each of you took them, figured out the little puzzle there. There was a blinding flash, and the next thing you knew, you were standing in the middle of a street surrounded by Roman soldiers, and it was about noon, if I remember right. And action. Oh, before that, your weapons were taken from you. The rings were now on your wrist, and there was no seam or anything, and you couldn't take them off. I mean, they were tight.
Ah. Didn't know that. Okay.
So since we're in Rome, we have English accents, right?
God.
Somehow you can understand what they're saying, and they don't really have a problem with how you talk. So we'll just chalk that up to magic.
So are they surrounding us right now?
Yeah, they're you're standing. The 4 of you are standing in the middle of the street, like back to back. You're surrounded by soldiers on horses, and they have their spears leveled towards your chest.
Question
And they-
about the bracelets.
Okay.
Or what has become bracelets. Are they all identical now? I mean, do
They
they
are.
look...
And
So-
there's nothing special looking about them. They're just like
iron
it
bands?
just looks
or-
like iron bands.
Okay.
No runes or jewels or anything like that.
I'm most concerned. Do they look like almost like manacles or handcuffs, like
No,
we're escaped slaves? Okay.
They're about as wide as a watch band, and it just looks like something from the time somebody just made some iron bracelets.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure that we weren't, that somebody saw these on us and said, slaves, get them.
Yeah.
No, if somebody were to look at it, they wouldn't give it a second thought.
Okay.
And as you do look down, you are dressed in the garb of a Roman citizen.
Like a toga?
Kinda, yeah, those short
Is
togas.
it a tunic?
Tunic.
Yeah.
You never trust a man in a tunic.
Sandals. You just
All
look
right.
like you're travelers or something like that.
So I look over to guys, and my eyes are just kind of squinting, and I'm trying to adjust to the light to still trying to kind of see what's going on. And
It is the first time you've seen the sun in a really, really long time. So.
So basically, I'm not really paying attention to much. So I'm just kind of looking out, kind of looking up at the sky, at the beauty of everything in light, just kind of at that, and kind of start to walk towards, probably towards the guards, but not really. I'm not really noticing them. I'm just kind of looking up. So I'm just I start to kind of walk forward.
Okay. As you walk forward, your bare arm touches the tip of one of the spears, and your arm starts to burn and smoke. And as you look at the spears, you notice that they're really, really shiny, and you figure out that they're all made of silver.
So I look at one of whichever Roman is more in charge, because they all have
Yeah, you've got the one with the
Centaurian,
yeah.
or the hoplite or whatever.
Yeah.
And I say, you should ease off your horse. Its leg is lame. and then I zap that horse in the eyes with my animal power.
Okay,
I'm just looking at Connal.
Because since I upgraded it last time, I can use it now to make them carry out commands other than just giving me information.
Okay, so you're saying that to the Centurion?
Well,
Or you're
I'm
doing that
saying
to the horse?
your horse is lame. Be careful, and then I'm gonna eyeball the horse and tell it to act lame. Get it?
Okay, yeah. He kind of shakes his head,
Whoa,
and
what's going on?
the horse.
That was the sound of magic.
We were being serenaded.
That's what it sounds like when you use your power. Okay,
Goes
so
with
Centurion.
this crown you had.
Yeah.
I wasn't even going for gay magician either, and it kind of happened. Just kind of happened.
The Centurion shakes his head like he's trying to get the cobwebs out, and the horse actually goes down. Because it's on 3 legs now, it actually goes down to its front knees.
Yeah.
The Centurion hops off, throws his sword to the person next to him, grabs the horse by the head, and snaps its neck.
Oh. And I say, Centurion, I could have fixed your horse for you. I am a... there's a cat behind you, Mike.
Yeah.
I was like, am I seeing a ghost or something? Sorry. As I'm talking, and I'm like, you're going to die. There's a Blair Witch behind you. But I realized it was a cat. Sorry.
Mike has to go.
Yeah.
Oh.
Drink it.
So I say to the Centurion, I could have healed your horse for you, as I am a farrier. Is that the word for an old-timey horseman, right? Or a hostler? Hostler?
He walks up to you face to face and kind of gives a half smile. And he goes, I know exactly what you are, demon.
Fuck.
And
as the spear is touching into my arm, it starts burning. So I just it brings me out of my trance. I kind of look down and feel the searing pain and kind of step back a little bit. What is the meaning of this? Why do you come at us with spears? What's the meaning of this?
he said there's a prophecy about travelers, and he doesn't know if you're the travelers, but when he saw you walk into the spear, like I said, it's not a terrible wound. You're not going to lose anything from it, but it just touched you, so you burned. You're going to heal from that in no time. But that on top of Connell's roundabout murder of a horse.
I mean, I just wanted it to be lame.
It's lame now.
No.
They say that they have to take you to the emperor, but before that, you're going to be incarcerated at the Colosseum until the emperor sends for you. So there's about 20 guards. They kind of corral you. You're in single file now, 10 on each side of you. They say, just do what we say, and there's not going to be any problem.
I'd like to use my new merit of dilemma. And basically, my character knows how to word an argument so that the opponent is forced to make a choice between two statements, both of which actually damage my side of the debate. So I look at this centurion and at all the centurions and basically kind of tell them who is it of you to come at us with these sticks? I don't think you understand what you're doing. I understand that you need to take us, and it is your duty to have us go with you. But I'll give you two choices. One, we can go with you, and we will go with you peacefully. The second choice is you can show us where you were, where it is that we were supposed to wait, and then you can let us go, and we will go there freely ourselves without your aid. And I think I'll need to make a roll.
That's not contested, is it, Chris?
Well, sorry, I'm trying to look at it. Let's see. This is. I must declare that the attack is a dilemma, and basically make an intelligence or wits based on a roll as normal. If the roll is a success, the roll does not contribute progress toward the target number for victory, but the opponent is momentarily occupied in attempting to unravel the dilemma and may not apply her integrity, or may not apply my integrity. I don't know, I'm not a her, to the next argument leveled against me. So basically, I guess I need to just do an intelligence or a wit roll.
I'd say whatever's higher.
Okay, yeah, I'm going to roll the higher. I would like to roll the lower, please. Okay, I've got a 1, 2, 3, 4. And then I assume that this is, I don't get any extra.
I think that was it.
Okay, all right. Roll.
Well, let's say you need 1, and you got it. Okay, and you're talking to the Centurion, correct?
Their leader or whoever. I'm kind of talking at them.
Okay, which he's on foot now, so he walks back to you and says, he goes, I'll allow it. He points to the Colosseum, which everybody can see because it's huge. He says, you need to go there and speak with the guard named Cassius, and he will show you where to wait. And with the wave of his hand, he disperses his men. They all turn and ride off. He does send a rider with your stuff to the Colosseum, though.
Oh, okay, so he's got. We're basically, we don't have any of our stuff. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
All right. So I turn. I'm gonna look at. Let's see. Who do I want to look at? Michael, what do you? So we've got some time. We don't necessarily have to go straight to the Colosseum, but I think it may be advantageous at this point, maybe that we talk to a few people, kind of see kind of what's going on. If we can even find why we're not burning right now, and maybe figure out kind of our surroundings, because we've got a Colosseum in front of us, and if we kind of get the wrong end of a social argument, we could be pretty bad. Mike, or Mark, you need your mic. I think he said shnikes.
Shnikes. I agree. Let us move.
Is it working now?
Yeah, it's working now.
I don't know why it's switching. I haven't even muted it.
Georgia.
No, it's just changing me to talk like this now. My thinking is, all right, we were magically transported here. The Centurion just told us that there's some sort of prophecy that they've been watching and waiting for somebody to show up.
Yes.
And we have, I mean, my first thought is, how long have they been waiting, and what is the deal with this? And if they were on us that fast, I'm thinking, okay, we have a contact at the Coliseum. I'd rather go straight there to get the answers.
Gentlemen, are we in agreement?
Let's move.
Okay.
And they obviously know that we are
Yeah.
brethren of the night.
My only thinking is if we can clear our dice that we just rolled. If we can find somebody, we're basically not captives right now. We have the luxury to go and question somebody as we get there, so that so that we kind of know a little bit more about our surroundings, because we don't even know if we can trust this Cassius guy. And once we get there, we don't know our stuff is going to be there, but they're also holding us for a tribunal. And I don't like to know as much information as possible, possibly before we get to Cassius. Or if you guys are in agreement, we can go straight to Cassius and we can ask him our questions.
I say we go to the Coliseum.
Yeah, because, I mean, yeah, the Centurion and his men knew, or they at least had an idea. The citizenry, I don't know that they'll have the answers we'll need. Could be totally wrong, but...
Guys. We're in Rome. How the hell did we get to Rome? Whatever they say, I think we should do. We're outnumbered. My vote is going straight there. Rome?
It kind of doesn't freak me out because I'm kind of a vampire. So being in Rome doesn't necessarily... And we were also in the last place that we were in, what was it called again?
Sinyo.
Senyang.
Yeah.
That was a lot more unsettling for me than Rome. But
We
I
walked
agree.
through a portal, and then, hi, welcome to Rome.
I am very proud of you
Spears.
for walking through that portal.
It was horrifying.
Very proud
Horrifying.
of you. Very proud of you.
All right,
All right, gentlemen, let's
go.
Let's go.
And Bob, as we're walking, a question. With us having several years under our belts each as vampires, would we have knowledge of the story of Longinus?
Yes.
Okay.
Longinus.
Well, yeah, we'll say yeah. I
Don't
was
laugh
going
when
to
they
have
say
this a couple of years before Jesus died, but no, it's where you're at now is just a very short time after Jesus was crucified.
Okay, so that would put us. Well, I guess we can ask some of the questions, but the Camarilla or Camarilla, that's not formed yet, correct? Because Longinus
is.
does that. Oh, it is. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Let's go.
Let's roll.
Walking.
And I'll be pretty much on alert as we're going. So let's see. My danger sense will be pretty active.
All seems very relaxed.
Yeah, and you kind of find that odd, since people didn't even give a second look of what happened. Williams getting burned by the spear, Connal making the Centurion snap his horse's neck, which...
I mean...
it's just, people just walk around like that happens all the time here. Almost like they're in like a haze. I'm not saying they're not like walking around like zombies or anything, but they just didn't give that stuff a second look.
Okay, so it wasn't that they were looking away or saying, I don't want to see or act like I know. It's just, it's commonplace.
Yeah.
It's a Tuesday.
Okay.
Well, if somebody were to come up, you would think that it was commonplace.
Snapping horses' necks.
Yeah.
And you, 4 people appear
Fresh
out
meat.
in the middle of the street.
They don't like raccoons either. Trash pandas.
As you make your way along the main road there, you walk up to the Coliseum, and in the dark archway, you're not going crazy, but you do sense another vampire. And if we remember back to the first game, I threw that rule out where the whole frenzy crap. But you do sense another vampire.
I'd like to use Auspex to kind of take a. Or does anybody else have an Auspex?
Yep.
Okay, you can go ahead.
Yeah, I'd like to use that and see if I can maybe locate them or the direction.
Okay. Like I said, there's a large archway, and it's right inside that archway, which is inside the Coliseum. That's where he's coming from, and you can even see movement and stuff in the near darkness.
Guys, look up. We're not alone. You're not the only ones here.
Yeah, I'm picking up on that.
What do you guys want to do? You know my vote. Run.
Bob, do we feel the need to feed? I mean, we're out in the sun, so that's already something that's not. I mean, that's opposite to what everything we are. Are we? I mean, do we still have our fangs? Do we?
Yeah, you're just exactly like you have been, but due to these what you think the magic is of these bracelets, you're allowed to walk during the daytime.
Okay. So we're not human. It's just we're
protected.
Yeah.
The bracelets are really great sunscreen. Okay.
Yeah. And for right now, your thirst is being sated. You still need to feed, but you don't feel the urgency to feed. I mean, if you've used skills or you've been injured where you have to use Vitae to heal yourself, you'll still need to get that back.
All right.
But so it's not like an overwhelming need to rip somebody's throat out.
So this vampire that we've come up to, I'm sorry, was he?
He's up in the rafters.
He's up in the rafters?
Yeah.
And then does he look like he's, I don't know, can we get a sense of if he's a good guy or bad guy?
You can't get a sense of that, but he doesn't have any ill intentions toward the 4 of you.
Okay.
You do hear faint, like whispers, like several people whispering. You can't tell what they're saying, and you hear like skittering, like a dog running on, stone from inside this archway.
Are there other people coming and going? I mean, what do we see as we're getting closer?
You did notice that within probably 100 yards from the entrance of the Coliseum, people were. It looked like they were avoiding it. I mean, they would peel off and go another way. There's nobody is around you. It's just you 4 standing in front of this archway.
So the humans were avoiding.
Yeah.
Okay. I say we carefully approach the entrance. We've been told to go here. We know we're supposed to meet with Cassius. It's not like, I mean, if the guards knew we were going, that means that he probably should be expecting us. I'm guessing Cassius is who we're feeling the presence of. But I don't think we ought to just wander in without taking some precautions.
I mean, you want to talk to the thing?
Well, how about if one of us wants to stay at the door, or 2 of us want to stay at the door?
I'll say.
Looks dangerous. You go first. Yes.
You've got a cool new merit that you could use.
afraid.
Is there a run merit?
Yeah.
It's celerity.
Yeah.
That's a discipline. So.
Shouldn't
Yeah,
take
so
it on.
I don't mind if you guys don't feel comfortable going. I don't mind to continue. Connal, do you want to continue? Michael, or Mikhail, and Michael.
I'm ready to go in. I mean,
I say we go.
it's where we're going to get our answers,
Okay.
or at least a start.
I give Connal a nod, and then start to walk towards I think it's the archway is where we're needing to go.
Yeah.
God
And
damn it.
as we walk up to the archway, can I see in before we actually cross the plane of the?
Actually, you find that odd too. You can't really see inside. It's
Not even with our vision.
not even with your vision. It's just like somebody painted darkness.
I kind of mutter under my breath that
All right.
this is kind of similar to the Sylvain. Is that where we were?
Sinyon.
Sinyon. This is
All
kind
right,
of familiar to Sinyon. And then I stop right before I go in. Is it kind of?
All right. So someone is using obfuscate on the entrance. I mean, we have that ability, and so someone's just basically.
In the shadows. Can we use heightened senses to see in, or is it just pitch black?
It's just pitch
Okay.
black, like somebody painted tunnel entrance on a wall.
All right.
Connal looks
You can
around
see
briefly
it. You can
for
see
an
it
animal.
kind of rippling.
Throw an animal
There's
in
got to
there.
be a rat.
It has to be a rat.
But then I stride right into the darkened archway.
Should have
Okay.
taken that dead horse.
I was going to talk with him briefly, but okay, because I figure Connal loves to wait in. I can take the
Leroy
rear.
Jenkins. Leroy Jenkins, let's do this shit.
So
So
you
I
see
slip back
Connal.
in as well.
Yep.
So Connal, you went in first.
Yeah.
Okay, as the rest of you watch, Connal disappears from sight. You can still sense him, you just can't see him.
I'll turn and slip in through the door, trying to look at my surroundings and kind of slip around inside.
Yeah, you
Okay, so you're going in too there, William?
Correct. Yep.
Okay. As you head to the side and you slip in that way, as you get on the other side, both you and Connal kind of feel like a tingling when you walk, you break the plane of this archway. And as you turn around, you can see out, just like it's a normal a normal doorway. But you see Michael and Mikhail, and they're like looking around, and it's like they can't see you, like you've totally disappeared from the face of it. Again, you can still sense everybody, and William, you do see Connal standing right there looking around as you walk in.
I'd call to Connal. Say, Connal, what do you see? How is it?
What's the weather like?
can I hear that?
Because I'm actually looking behind us.
So you and Mikhail are still on the outside, correct?
Yeah.
Correct.
Okay. Connal, you can hear Michael, just like he's standing right next to you. And you can hear, Roman street noise.
Yeah. And what do I see around me?
What you see around you is it's a large room. There's pillars in it.
It's a large
Rough.
room. There's pillars in it.
Big fluffy pillars.
And you see at the end of the room, there's a large double door that's slightly ajar, probably 10 stone steps leading up to it. You see a faint green light coming from the other side of the door.
Green light.
It is fine, Michael and Mikhail. Come in. There's some sort of light up here.
I'm gonna
With some
stick my
pillars.
pinky toe in, and then I'm gonna walk through.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm
You
just
feel
getting over this cough.
your pinky toe tingles with
Anticipation.
yeah.
And
You
then I
break the
go through.
plane. Nothing happens. You're standing there with William and Connal.
Yeah, I was about to say I was going to put my hand on his back and just walk us both through.
Okay. As you walk in, you hear a sound behind you. All four of you turn, and where the archway was, you can see. It looks like pixels off of a really crappy 8-bit video game. They light up, and when they go away, it's just a stone wall.
So it's a portal.
Oh, because
Another
that's
stick
normal.
of-
Okay. All right. Keeps getting better.
And all we see is the double doors with the green light emitting from it.
Yeah, real faint green light coming from the double doors.
Okay, but we don't see anything else like maybe our stuff.
No, not this room is totally empty except for these pillars.
And our stuff.
Okay, well, nothing naturally gives off green light.
So, no, go ahead.
I'm just thinking. So, if we're seeing a green light being emitted, it's usually not a good thing. I vote for caution on this one, but I definitely want to peek through the doors, see what we can see before we just wade into it.
I kick him open. I kid.
Mikhail,
We're playing Munchkin.
both of us do have the heightened senses, so we could possibly tune in to actual audible cues.
You do sense that there is a person or persons on the other side of this door, and the feeling you get, they don't want to cause you any harm.
Okay. All right.
And the whispering has gotten louder. The rustling, kind of like stuff, things moving in the darkness. You can hear those all around you still.
I'll go up to the door, to the right door, and open the right door and just kind of stand with the door ajar.
Okay, so you're just peeking in?
Yeah, I'm just kind of opening the door. I'll open it. Well, how far is the door ajar from?
I'd say the doors, of course, are going to open this way, wide enough for you to put your head and face in, if you so choose.
Mikhail, there's an open door for you if you want to look through it.
I'd rather die, but I'm gonna.
I will check it out.
Okay.
Okay,
I'll go
yeah.
up to the open door.
I'm going to look at William, and actually I'll just look at the guys and say, we've been told to come here. We've been told to talk to Cassius. I can't see us. Well, yeah, maybe we could be set up just for having someone to attack us, but...
Well, you hear those noises behind us and everything? I mean, there's stuff obviously going on around us. So I turn around and go, shh.
The Colosseum,
We're not alone here.
And the Colosseum's used for all sorts of combat, and they have animals and people here. Yeah, but we've got to find Cassius. If there's somebody in there, let's start with them.
Okay, I'll just go ahead and see. Connal, are you going to look in the room, or do we just want to just walk in?
I'm already at the door.
Okay.
There.
And I walk up behind Connal, and I push one of the doors open. I'd kind of reach around and then push one of the doors fully open.
And then hide behind column?
No, I kind of step through step around and slightly into the room.
Okay. The doors swing real easy on their hinges, and instead of you just pushing it open slightly, it goes clear to the wall without
Damn.
making a noise. So now the door's wide open, and you can see again it's a narrow room, again with pillars on each side leading up to an altar. It looks like a star. There are a group of people in robes standing around looking down at whatever's giving off this green light. It's inside this altar. There's like a large bowl. The green light's coming up from this bowl.
As I walk in, do I notice anybody look at me?
What you take, like I said, there's 5 people. The one in the middle, which is the biggest of all 5 of these, whoever they are, he looks up and he beckons you forward without saying anything. You can see by his hand, it's all gnarled. And it's like clawed, emaciated looking.
Okay, so I walk forward towards. They're all standing in a circle around the altar.
Yeah, they're all facing the door. The altar's in the middle, and they're standing like in a semicircle around this altar.
Okay. And as I walk towards that circle, or where they're at, where the guy motioned, I guess he's motioning me towards a specific place, so I'll be walking towards that. Am I able to see anything else about the room?
You do see between the pillars, they're what they look like heavily armored, large men holding spears and shields. You can mistake them for statues if you didn't, if they didn't blink their eyes.
Okay.
But they appear to be more as defensive, like they're there to protect these people, or
yeah, they're guard.
Can I smell if they have blood?
You can tell that they do, but you can also tell that they're all vampires.
Okay.
I look to William. William, we are here to speak to a Cassius.
Correct.
And then I stride towards the group. Wild card. But I just call out. I call out for Cassius. Cassius, are you there?
The being in the middle puts the hood of his robe back. You can tell that he is Nosferatu.
That's not good.
And it clicks in your mind that the room you just left, it was full of Nosferatu. So at any given moment, you could have been descended on by them. But I guess for a show of good faith, they were kept at bay until you got the nerve up to enter the room and walk down towards the altar. He goes, "I'm Cassius." He goes, "Approach the altar." And as you can see, Cassius, he's probably 6'6", probably 130 pounds. The 2 people next to him are your height, and the 2 people on the ends are maybe, they look like really tall midgets, I guess you could say.
but for back then, that was really tall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For now, that's really
Well, yes, true.
It's like you've got the 6'6" guy, you've got like 2 adults and basically 2 kids standing around this altar.
I walk up as well and basically tell Cassius that we've been summoned to come see a Cassius.
And he goes, "Yes." He goes, I know who you are. I don't know how you got here." And as he says that, one of the smaller people on the inn hand him a bag, and he takes out Michael's guns, Connell's axe, William's gauntlets, and Mikhail, what did you have again?
I had the bat, the spikes.
The bat. He takes your bat with your spikes out. He dunks them. He grabs them, puts them in this altar, pulls them out, and as you can see, they become like clay. He works those and then hands them back to you. Now, Mikhail, yours didn't really change that much, but it looks like a mace.
Nice.
Michael, you've got, I believe you had 2 guns, correct?
Yes.
Okay, he hands you 2 handheld crossbows. William, your gauntlets look like armor of the day, and Connal, your axe looks like a really, really badass double-bladed war axe that was used in like the Colosseum and stuff like that. He goes, we couldn't have you walking around with these strange items, even though people don't really pay attention to us. We still can't have you bringing attention.
Where did you learn to shape those how you want?
He said it's probably better not to explain the ideals of magic to those who don't really know anything about it, because it could melt your brain and tear your souls apart.
Fair enough.
But he hands all your stuff back to you, and he goes, "You're getting ready to go through some trials, and there's nothing that anybody can do about that. If you happen to live through these trials, we know that you're one step closer to the individuals in this prophecy that's been handed down for hundreds of years."
Can you tell us about yourself?
He says that he was an advisor to one of the older emperors before he mysteriously died. He was turned by he doesn't know who, and the 2 people standing next to him, without a word, they just kind of meld into the floor. The 2 smaller figures move next to Cassius, and he says, and these 2 are even more ancient. They taught me how to use magic. And as they lower their hoods, you immediately recognize them as X and O.
XNO, do you know why we're here? I assume that these are Romans. Do you know why we're here?
X says, we don't know why you're here, but as Cassius said, if you go through the trials and you live, your purpose will be made clear to you. They say they don't know how you got there, but it was some powerful magic, and they don't even know really how you survived out in the sun as you did.
Do they know who we are?
No.
I wanted to ask if they had met us before.
No, if you ask them, hey, have we met before? They say no, we've never met.
Okay. And may I ask, what is this prophecy? What are we supposed to be? Because we're strangers here. We're told about a prophecy and we know nothing about it.
Okay, he said one of the prophecies has already been fulfilled, and it tells how a divine spearman will strike at the heart and cast down the old pagan order. That's been handed down for, we'll say, 2 years. That prophecy came true with Longinus. There's also a prophecy about the fall of the Camarilla at the hands of 4 magic wielding individuals, and that they would be aided in this prophecy by monsters in the forms of wolves.
Connal.
And we're assumed to be these mages.
They say, well, that's yet to be seen. People or beings have come before you, but they haven't made it past the first trial.
Sir, I'd like to just ask, how many trials are there?
So there's 2.
Okay.
Can you, let's see. I go ahead and I tell them about kind of our story of meeting them, and then actually about the Strix themselves specifically, and ask them if they understand who the Strix are.
Okay. At the mention of the word Strix, Cassius bares his fangs and says, prophecy or not, if you ever say that word again, you'll meet your final death.
So those who we would not name, we were told to come here to rid this infection that I assume that you already understand what that means. Can you tell us a bit about the beings who should not be named?
He says that they're abominations and that the undead fear them just like the mortals fear the undead, if not more, because these monsters can basically consume your soul.
Are they present here in what I assume is Rome?
They are physically present here. And he comes up and looks in your eyes, each of you in turn, and says, you've dealt with weak Strix or weak monsters before. He goes, I can see it. You've been touched. He said, but those are nothing compared to what we have in Rome today.
Can you tell us about them and possibly if there are any advantages one might have against them, or if...
He said, we have only captured one alive, and it was in a possessed body of a young child. The young child was sick, and the monster in the weakened body of this child, the monster hadn't fully yet possessed it. The child was still somewhat alive. They captured the child and learned only one thing, and that was its eyes. It's not like a vampire's eyes or one of the wolves' eyes. It's like an owl. When in low light, you can see their eyes kind of glow like some sort of predator in the dark.
We've seen that.
He says they're the only things that have eyes like that, and that's how they know when they're dealing with one of them.
When we complete these trials, what is our fate?
Your fate is that you will live and hopefully live and go about your business after you fulfill the prophecy. He said there's only one person that knows the end of this prophecy, and that's the emperor, but not Tiberius. He said Tiberius is a mouthpiece, kind of like a figurehead for the true emperor, which is in the Night Council, which if you make it past your first trial, you will be taken to the Night Council, and you will meet the true emperor of Rome.
Much appreciated. Thank you for your help.
And what can we expect in this first trial? And can we be told about the second trial? I
He
will
says-
do everything I can to survive.
He says, I can tell you about the first trial because that's all that I am tasked with. The first trial is you will fight in the arena.
Against what?
He goes, that is totally up to you.
Great, I
Individual
choose
combat?
nothing.
I mean,
Okay.
Just
Is
don't
there
think of the
anything-
Stay Puft Marshmallow Man.
Is there anything else that you can think of that we would need that would aid us in our first trial before we head that way?
He says, yeah, whatever you take into the arena, that the powers will pull that from you and will be used against you.
So, wait, like our
so if we go in with our weapons, they will pull from that to assign us our
Let's do this. Each of you roll a d4.
a D4. Ooh. Push 4. Suck it.
crap.
2.
Got a
See,
3.
Oh, you got a little one.
So there we go.
Four,
Okay.
3, 2.
So we got William with 1, Mikhail with 2, Michael with 3, and Connal with 4.
Yep.
Okay. He says your trial begins now. And my 2, 3, and 4 guys, you find yourself in the stands, surrounded by thousands of people, and you see William in the center of the arena, standing there alone.
I scream, "You can do it!"
Let's start clapping.
Okay, you hear, we'll say he's the announcer. He says, now, excuse me, in the arena, we have a special person, comes from very, very far away. He goes, let the trials begin.
I go ahead and ready my my knife, and then also basically use either my danger sense or my aspects for, I guess, danger sense to kind of be on alert, and then
Okay.
I will let. So do we roll initiative right now, or can I
what-
defer?
It's gonna be you're gonna do it one at a time.
Okay, I was
So-
about to see if I could go just jump down in there and help him, but
Okay, and then yeah.
I find a turkey leg vendor.
And William, as you grab your knife, it melts in your hand, and out of the back of your gauntlet comes a blade. So the blade is sticking like right up here.
Like a
Damn.
Wolverine.
Yeah,
Assassin's
kind of.
Creed.
Yeah, so, kind of like Assassin's Creed.
Oh. That was from the inside, not the
So,
back.
actually, let's see. So do we have full vitae?
You would have to look from last game. I can't remember.
Okay, I'm down.
We were full up last game.
Were you?
Yeah, when we talked to X and O, and then the light portal thing, you were like, and you guys are all back to full.
Okay. All right. So that's good.
Yeah, I remember
thank
that.
you for remembering that.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah, I
I mean,
remember.
I gotta sneak something by him. He wouldn't do it. You know, I'm an animal
so-
murderer.
I pump up my celerity, and then basically I dash straight towards, head on to the person that's the opposing figure.
Okay. You do see a smaller person in armor and a helmet, kind of like in Gladiator, that first guy he fought with that full face helmet. You can tell it's a female. She's standing there with a short sword and a short spear, which you can tell are silver.
he's gonna die.
He'll be
All
fine.
right, so yep, I'm just gonna get in as close as I can, basically into. I'm gonna try to use my rush to basically to get past those. See if I can catch her off guard.
Okay, as you run past her, are you like slashing out with your dagger gauntlet?
Basically, I'm just kind of bull rushing her and basically trying to get to close the gap between her weapons so that I'm actually close into grappling range.
Okay. As you hit her, she doesn't make any movement to defend herself. You knock her back probably 20 feet through the air. She hits a large stone pillar in the middle of the arena, and you notice that her helmet flies off. Her hair blows down in front of her face. She's got her back to you. She slowly stands up and turns around, and you notice that it's your daughter.
Dirty pool.
So I start pacing, waiting for. I start pacing, and then I shout at her. What is this magic? Who are you?
And she goes, "It's me, Dad." She goes, "The last thing I remember, I was on my back in a cemetery, and then everything went dark." She goes, "Where are we? What are we doing here?" And she starts walking towards you. You can see tears in her eyes.
I start backing up, and shoot. Let's see.
I'm going to shout from the stands. Tell her to yield.
And I'm gonna go.
I go and I tell her to stop where she's at. And is there a way that I can use my? Let's see. I'm trying to. Basically, I'm going to use my web to scan her. It takes another vitae. So I'm down at 2 already. But I'm going to use a scan. Let's see, it's going to be a wits, intelligence, and web roll. Let's see. One, two, three, four. And intelligence. 1, 2, 3. And then the web should have 1. And then it's minus the subject's composure and blood potency. So I assume that she does not have any blood potency.
No.
Okay. All right. And composure. Does she have composure?
No.
Okay. All right. So basically, what my intentions are basically to basically kind of push through any signs that basically that she's not who she says she is, I guess.
So you're scanning her for that information?
Correct. Oops, didn't mean to do a 4. So I get a 10 and a 9. So 1, 2, 3, 4.
4?
Yeah.
Okay, and that's not contested, right?
Except
Except for what you said. But
we speak the same language.
Yeah.
And she's of my blood, basically. So, I mean, if she is.
As you do scan her, I guess like you're like reading your mind, stuff like that?
Yeah, just kind of getting an idea of how's basically pulling. Let's see, would that be considered an exceptional success or a regular success?
Let's say if you roll a 10, that will. We can go exceptional for that.
It basically reveals information at a greater clarity. Again, starting with that person's name that she's basically kind of her thoughts. I can kind of start to kind of see muddy portions of that and her connections to what it is that's around us, or to even what she was before.
Okay. It's not muddy. You can see it clear as day. You see yourself holding her limp body, and you also see yourself sink your fangs into her neck. And there's only two people that would know anything about that, and that would be you and your daughter. Because I think Connal, he'd already gone to ground, and Michael and Mikhail, they were in a truck, if I believe.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And then I talked to her. Let's see, what the heck is her name?
That's what I was going to ask you, but I couldn't remember.
Yeah, Eleanor. Ellie. I don't know. We've been transported ourselves. The last time since I've seen you, we've actually been in a different realm, that we were transported back here, and right now we are in Rome currently.
She goes, how did we get here? And she's still walking towards you. You can see, fear on her face as everybody else is, the audience is screaming and yelling.
Okay, so I'll walk towards her, and basically kind of telling her as I'm walking, we've been sent here by some magic, that higher magic that is not known to us, and it will melt your brain if we told you exactly.
Bob, what are we seeing?
You're seeing what's happening. You see William and a girl in the middle of the arena.
Did I find my turkey leg?
You did find a turkey leg. I don't know what you're going to do with it, but
I'm going to eat it.
And can I get a sense of if I'm supposed to defeat her?
all you sense from her is an overwhelming fear and confusion.
I walk up to her and I give her a hug.
Okay. As you walk up to her, you feel in your back a sharp pain and
I was afraid of this.
a burning sensation. And as you feel that, your daughter steps back and kicks you square in the chest, knocking you down. She's holding her short sword, which now has your blood on it. You can see it hissing and bubbling on the silver blade, and it's smoking. And you see immediately something in her eyes. It just goes
Crap.
dead, and her eyes turn solid black. And that's going to be, let me look up the damage here real quick. I believe it's just going to be one. Is it piercing or?
About 40 mental damage.
Piercing. Is that a single slash, or is that a checkbox?
It's an X.
Yeah.
This piercing is lethal to us.
Yeah.
And then, the weight of mental anguish and crushing.
Okay. So.
And she sits there and does this to you. as she spins her sword around and kind of starts stalking you.
So does my armor protect me?
All you had was a tunic.
Oh, I thought I had armor. I thought that's what the gloves were.
No, you had gauntlets. Your gauntlets.
She stabbed
And then
in the
your
back.
knife. Yeah.
Okay. I thought you said that the gauntlets, that he turned that into armor or something.
Yeah, it was like armored gauntlets. Because they were, before you got here, they were just gloves.
Okay. So
And
I got stabbed. I rush in, basically, and get into grappling range to disarm her, I guess.
okay, as you rush in, she swings again with her short sword. That's going to be just one sec. Back to her.
Okay, I'm going to be looking at Mikhail during this to say, what the heck is he doing going and hugging his opponent?
I have no idea. Do you have any idea who that is?
I have this turkey leg and it's delicious. Would you
You're big. You should do something. Stop eating. Get down there. Got
it's
stabbed.
it's soul combat. He's in his trial. He must overcome.
He's
But you can
not
see that,
overcoming.
Gnawing the turkey leg bone into a shank.
I don't know what he's doing.
Okay, Chris, as you kind of stagger up to your feet, she advances on you and swings. She's going to use her weaponry and strength, which I'm going to be rolling 5.
Rough.
Dead.
Dead.
Explodes.
Game over, bro. Game
One
over.
more.
Jeez.
So I've got 4 successes.
So you said the chicken's good?
Turkey leg.
Oh,
it's
excuse me.
delicious.
Nice. Maybe I'll
But
get
yeah, I
one.
mean, Chick-fil-A is dope.
No.
Is there a food court in this place?
Yeah, I'm getting kind of hungry.
There's probably some dudes selling some stuff, you know, like the old barbecue.
So are you going to try to block that, William, or?
I guess so. I'm not really sure how to do that.
It should be your. Do you have athletics?
Let's see. I've got
You got
dexterity.
dexterity.
Yes, and I do have athletics. I've got 3 in athletics and 3 in dexterity.
Okay.
William, how is your brawl and your strength?
My brawl is 4 and my strength is 1.
You could do an unarmed combat roll, and that'll give you a 5 dice to try to combat her attack.
But you have to have brawling dodge, though, to do that.
Yeah, I'm not seeing the.
Must be just my character. I must have the right stuff to.
Yeah, I mean, I've got brawling dodge, too.
So am I rolling dexterity and athletics, or just
Yeah, roll them both.
please 10s? Oh crap.
Oh.
Okay. Does the 10 explode anyway, even though I've got a 1?
No, they cancel.
Oh, I'm stupid.
She runs past you. She swipes at your arm and puts a pretty good sized gash into your arm.
Piercing or slash?
Slash.
We do. See, I attack back, and basically I'm trying to get in a grappling range because I want to basically take away her weapon at this point.
Okay.
Let's see. So brawl and strength minus the opponent's defense.
So -3 for me. My defense is 3.
And then, so I've got 5, so I'd subtract 2 or 3 from my 5 dice. Is that correct?
I believe so. That's what you sent me, yeah.
Okay, so I'm rolling 2 dice. I'm terrible. Yay!
Nice.
Boom. So I got 1 success.
Roll it again.
Oh, sorry, I did. It's the
Oh.
10, and then the second 5 is the exploded.
Okay.
Nice.
Okay, and so once I'm in grappling range, let's see, I disarm the opponent. If I can break the weapon, that would be awesome too.
Don't grab the blade.
Yeah. So you're trying to disarm?
I can grab the blade because I've got my gauntlets.
Oh, yeah, that's right, he does.
Ah,
So if I can, yeah, I'm in grappling range. So if I can disarm, if I could just snap the end of it off, that would be.
Okay. As you rush in to grapple, she swings again. You catch the blade in one of your hands, and give me a strength check.
Oh gosh. That just strength.
Yeah, just strength.
be right back.
All right.
I've got a 5.
You got a 5?
Mm.
Okay. You hit the blade, and it bends, but doesn't snap. You've still got it in your hand. She comes around immediately with her short spear, trying to stab you in your side. It's going to be 3. And she totally misses. It catches your tunic, and the spear flies out of her hand.
Okay. So I'm going to get into grappling range again, and then I'm going to, let's see.
You've still got a hold of her blade.
I've got a hold of her blade.
Yeah.
Let's see. I want to break her arms now.
You sound like Connal.
I mean, the coolest thing you've ever said.
So
you see Connal wipe away a tear.
Do I need to do another grappling roll since that's, beside not actually the weapons itself, so I'm actually getting closer?
Well, like I said, you've still got her blade in your hand, and her arm is out, so if you want to punch her in her arm or grab it or do whatever you need to with your free hand, you can try that.
Yeah, I would like to break her hand. Let's see, strength plus brawl, and then plus your, what's the attacker's strength?
My strength is 2.
Okay. So I get 3. Gosh. I missed. I rolled
You
a
missed?
2, a 6. Yeah, I rolled a 2, a 6, and a 2.
Okay.
It didn't show.
Somehow she maneuvers out of the way and you just catch air. She's trying to yank the blade from your grasp now, your grasp. So I'm going to roll 2. Oh, and she fails miserably with a 6 and a 1. And as she tries to break away, the already damaged bent sword snaps. You're holding about a 8-inch piece of her sword, and she's got, of course, got the other half. You've got the pointy tip. She's got the broken hilt, and still a deadly weapon, though.
On my, I still have a deadly weapon, or she does.
She does.
She's
You
got
didn't totally-
the sword.
You just snapped her sword in half, but she's still got what's left of her blade.
Okay. Let's see. I'd like to all-out attack on her, giving me an extra 2 plus to the brawl. And I'm going to basically get in the grappling range again. So I'll do strength plus brawl plus 2. So that should be 5 plus 2. And then minus the 3 because of her defense is 3. Oh gosh. No, the 8 is good. So does the 1 negate the 8 or the 10?
The 10.
10.
Ugh. Okay, so I have 1 success.
You have 1 success. Okay, and you were grappling, right?
Correct. And then I'm going to damage her by breaking her other arm. That's got the sword.
Okay. The one you tried to break earlier?
Correct.
Okay, as William's trying to do this, Mikhail and Connal, oh no, Mikhail, you hear from behind you, just stand up and come with me.
Who are
Only
you?
Mikhail hears this.
Yeah, only Mikhail does.
I'm too engrossed in my turkey leg.
That is a really good turkey leg.
Mikhail, you rolled the 2, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you hear a voice behind you say, "Hey, just stand up and walk down and go through the doorway."
Let me
just
guess.
Come on.
I'm
Just come
next. Am I next?
Nah, just come on. You can help your friend, but you have to go now.
Okay,
So
let's go.
We totally don't notice Mikhail being a coward again.
No. Everybody's on their feet, cheering and yelling, and Mikhail, he kind of slinks off.
Great.
Sounds good.
Let me know when you're back to me.
Okay.
Cool.
Mikhail, you follow the voice through a doorway at the bottom of the arena that you can see stairs going down actually to the arena itself. And you still hear the voice, just come on. Your friend needs you. You got to hurry.
I'm going to tiptoe down the stairs very quickly.
Okay. You don't see anybody, but you can still hear the voice. He goes, you're almost there. Just a couple more feet. He goes, you got to hurry. Your friend's going to die.
I'm going to die too. We're all going to die. Okay, let's go.
Game over, man.
Yeah.
Game over.
Yeah.
Okay, as you go down, you walk out on to the side of the arena floor, if you will. You notice that your weapon is in your hands. You don't remember ever taking it out wherever you had it. And you see probably 50 feet to the side of you, you see William and the girl struggling with each other.
I'm going to say, well, this is convenient. And then I'm going to run over to help him.
Okay.
Hey!
You run over and you stand at the side of William. You notice his wounds. They're not life-threatening at the moment, but they're pretty serious wounds, especially the one in his back.
All right. Can I just go straight at her? Can I attack her?
You can try.
Oh, I'm going to try.
Look
right.
through a backbone.
So, am I grappled with her now? Because I had a successful grapple.
Yeah.
And I rolled to basically to perform a grapple maneuver, and I'd like to break her arms.
Okay. So you go for her arms again.
Yeah, that's what the 8. Sorry, I rolled,
is it?
and I got the 8, 7, and 6.
Okay. So I'm going to.
And that was against your strength.
My strength.
Yeah.
Okay.
So whenever I have whenever I'm performing a maneuver, I basically my attack. I'm the attacker, so I add my strength plus brawl minus the opponent's strength. So
Which
that was a
was
2. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that should be successful.
Yeah. You do make contact with her forearm. You can hear sickening crack and bones and blood explode from her forearm.
Boom.
And all she does is basically look at the stump. Doesn't scream. She's got kind of a smile on her face.
Do I notice Mikhail?
No.
Okay.
And Mikhail, you see the girl come over and she impales William through the bottom of his head, and her spear comes out the top.
I thought I broke that arm.
Brains and blood. It's just like a fountain. And then she turns to face you.
I scream. All right. I'm going to attempt to hit her in the face with a bat.
Okay.
Nice.
As you do that,
Mace.
what are you? You hear the voice again. What are you most afraid of, Mikhail? What scares you the most?
Dying.
And you hear the voice. It's like you're already dead. So why does that scare you?
Because I don't want to die twice. Torpor does not sound fun.
And as you mentally speak back and forth with this small voice, you see the girl. The skin on her starts to fold in on itself, and you see she starts to shine like she's made out of some sort of metal.
That's not good.
And on her face is the all you can basically see is eyes. Her face is totally smooth, but you just see eyes. And small spikes start popping out all over. Kind of like, I don't know if anybody has ever seen the old medieval bear suits they used to have, with all the spikes on them and stuff. They'd go to wrestle with bears. That's what you see now.
All right. I'm going to turn back to Michael and Connal and scream, guys, this isn't going well. Could really use you.
Okay, and Sorry, go ahead.
No. That's all you.
What Michael and Connal see is William just exploded this girl's arm, and they see you just standing there, and kind of a really dim shade of a figure is standing in front of you. And as they look on this, one of the guards comes up. He says, "Hey, you two might want to get down there." He goes, "I can tell that you've had military training." He goes, "You're the only two that can save." He goes, "You're the only two that can save your friends." Said they're not going to last very long.
I unlimber my sweet double-bladed kick-ass battle axe and just charge down the arena stairs and hop the wall.
I've been waiting for an excuse to get in there. So yeah,
And in my other hand, I got turkey leg shank.
I'm seeing you leading a charge with a turkey leg.
The Invictus Steam Vampire the Requiem, also titled Bob Regretting Giving Sam just things that he didn't think could do in this game. A raccoon, a turkey leg.
Raccoon leg.
Okay, as you both stand up and start running down, the crowd loses their minds. They think this is the greatest thing they've ever seen.
Right, it is.
They see a big guy, a huge battle axe and a turkey leg on one side, and on the other side, running down the steps, is somebody who's taking out two handheld crossbows and somehow is loading them without even using both hands.
That's awesome.
You both jump into the arena, and Sam and Mikhail, you are met with a small sack, and the sack is moving.
It's moving?
Yeah,
Oh,
there's something in the sack.
I immediately swing the axe into it. Wow. No, I don't do that.
Well,
There's
please
one
do.
part of the stack drooping lower than the other.
Is it making the sounds of a trash panda?
A trash panda?
Yeah,
Is that what you
raccoon.
said?
Raccoon. Trash panda.
That's not, you can't really hear any sounds.
All right, is it in the bags right in front of me?
Yeah, it's all right. It's right in front of both of you. You're both just sitting there looking at the sack.
I pick it up and I toss it to Michael. Open end towards him.
See, and I was going to roll perception on this bag before you threw it at me.
Well, now you get a closer look.
Okay, as you open the sack,
It's a fucking raccoon.
yeah, it's a large raccoon.
I knew it.
Jumps out and jumps onto the chest of Michael. It's chittering. It's like,
Well, wait, how was it going again? One
That's
more
gonna
time.
haunt my dreams.
Sweet.
because that's how raccoons sound in Rome.
Oh, it speaks Roman. Awesome.
I look at it, is it making an aggressive action towards Michael?
Oh, it's trying to claw his eyes out.
Okay, I wasn't sure how. How
Slightly aggressive.
That's what it was saying.
Aggressively hugging you.
So I'm gonna use my new
This means I'm
power.
going to rip your eyes out.
I'm gonna use my new gladiatory power, Bob, called
Oh.
Weapon Slap.
Weapon slap.
Okay.
But I'm trying. So it's unleashes a powerful blow designed not to injure, but to push his or her weapon or shield out of the way. So I'm gonna use it to whack the
Whack-a-mole.
raccoon, whack off the raccoon.
It's Rocket Raccoon.
Okay. As you,
Man, Bradley Cooper's Harry.
I'm going to tell you that you do hit it,
Okay.
and you send it sailing. It hits the wall with a thud. You see it slide down the wall, and there's just a blood trail.
Solid.
And then you see it stand up on its hind legs, and its skin and fur start sloughing off of it. So all that's left is like muscle and ligament. And it starts growing quickly, and it's the size of a bear now.
Dang it.
Couldn't just make friends with it, huh?
So
That's
where?
what I'm gonna try now.
So is this just Sam's thing going on, or
Sam and Michael both see this.
okay? And I'm out of it right now.
We'll go back to you now, as the raccoon bear charges towards them,
Okay.
and then we'll go to Michael.
Let's see. So I will do a brawl, and I'll basically just I'm going to punch. I'm going to punch her with my gauntlets. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do.
So you're going to try to punch her?
No, the bear.
Oh, you don't see the bear.
Oh,
All you see is your daughter.
well, crap.
You see the other three standing in the arena,
Mhm.
and you're kind of wondering, hey, thanks guys for really not helping me here.
You're
I
welcome.
guess you just wanted to come down and get a closer look.
Is there can I tell whether she's an actual human or not?
Oh, she's human.
Oh gosh. Okay, so basically I'm going to incapacitate her. I'm going to punch her basically in the head. Oh no, I've got her in grapple, don't I? So I'm going to basically I'm going to immobilize the opponent. So strength brawl minus strength. So that should be 3, 4, 5 minus 2. Please. Nope. Okay, I didn't make it.
Okay. She comes at you, stabbing out with the jagged bone sticking out of her arm that you punched off, and it's coming towards your neck. But you have injured her quite a bit, so it's only going to be a roll of 2. That's not 2.
It was pretty nice because there was 2 ones in there.
Yeah.
Well, same thing. She totally misses and goes down to a knee. And
Like-
Michael.
Okay. So we have the benefit of seeing everything going on, correct? Like we've seen
Yeah,
what's
you
been going on. All right. Because in that case, I'm going to look at Connal. Sorry, he's not with us now. Ask him if he's got, or if he thinks he's got this, because right now Mikhail is kind of frozen.
I've got this.
Awesome. Because I'm going to be watching for you, but Mikhail seems to be kind of in a stupor right now, and I want to go over there and try to get him to wake up. Because all we saw was some sort of a shadow figure, and I want to make sure that he's okay. So I'm going to sprint his direction. Can I still see the nebulous figure that we saw from the stands room?
Yeah, it's kind of like a heat mirage type of thing. You can see it standing there, though.
Okay.
And you also notice on now, Mikhail, for all you know, William is dead.
Yeah, I'm staring at his impaled face, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but Michael and Connal,
Mhm.
they can see William. He's fighting this girl
Yeah.
with a jacked up arm, and
So
they
to
also
us, he's
see.
still alive. Okay.
Yeah, they see you, Mikhail, standing with a dumbfounded look in your eye, and this mirage person, we'll call it, is standing there in front of you also.
All right. I'm going to go for a grapple on the Mirage person. which, shoot. Pull up my dice stream again.
Strength
That's-
plus brawl minus opponent's defense.
Yep, and I just don't know what the defense is to...
Oh.
My defense is 3.
Okay, so that'll only give me a 2. Awesome. Because I had a modified of 5.
Or you could try something else.
Well, I mean, I'm sprinting in just to see what I can do. So, hey,
Yeah.
Oh,
I'll take that.
you also have those bolts, the crossbows.
Yeah, but like I said, I'm looking at him. My gut instinct is he's frozen up. We got to do something to help him.
Frozen lag.
So I'm going to see if I can take down whatever has messed with his mind. I got 1 success.
So 1 very good success.
Yeah, 1 exceptional success.
So tell me what happens there.
All right. Well, if I see the heat mirage being whatever it is, and I can tell that Mikhail is just kind of standing there frozen, I'm going to go mid-body, basically doing a flying tackle. I'm taking this thing down.
Okay. As you hit it, you can feel it give, but you pass right through it. It's like water.
Take a displacer beast.
It kind of slows you down as you pass through it, and in your mind you hear a scream.
Well, at least that's satisfying.
And while he's doing that, I'm going to lock eyes with the raccoon bear.
Not an owl bear, but a raccoon bear.
Raccoon bear.
And I'm going to use my obedience perk of my animalism to give him a command to assist us. So it's my pool is presence plus animal ken plus animalism minus the animal's composure.
The animal's composure is a 4.
Okay, I got a 2. We get to roll 3 then. Because I would have a 7.
And Bob, is there any kind of weaponry in the arena? Is there anything on the field that we can use? Or is it just...
the girl that William is fighting, she did drop her spear when they were grappling. It's sticking up in the dirt. Of course, William still has the 6 or 8 inches of the sword. The girl still has her part of her sword. But the only other weapons you have are the ones you brought into the arena.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not touching the sword.
So, is this the same raccoon from like game 1?
If so, he's going to have an attitude.
Yeah.
Is that what? Did you roll that extra 9 there, Connal?
Yeah,
for your 10?
the 9 was for the 10.
Okay.
So those successes.
Dose. Now, is that contested?
No, it's my dice pool minus the animal's composure.
Okay.
So that's why I came to 3. I have a pool of 7.
So you did roll.
Sorry. Obedience also requires a contested roll if the animal is already under the control of another kindred with this power. So they have to be controlling it with animalism
Okay.
for it to be contested.
And there's
Otherwise-
nobody no vampire controlling this animal.
And is that just a success or an exceptional success?
It's an exceptional success.
So it develops a strong, if temporary, affection for me. It attempts to please and anticipate my orders, even when not actively following a specific command. Booyah! And I said, assist us. So it's going to go maul some people.
You say it's going to maul some people?
Yeah, like there's a sale down at the EB Toys. It's going to the mall. You know, I tell it to go after the William's daughter.
Okay.
Maul her little face off.
It looks at you and looks over at the girl and charges.
Booyah.
Now, do you want to run your raccoon bear friend? Do you want to roll for it?
I mean, sure, yeah. Whatever you want to do, Bob.
And it's going to be slashing, just for
Okay.
claws.
All right, so what do you want me to roll, Bob?
And like I said, let me give you some info on it real quick. Its strength is a 3. Its dexterity is a 4.
I should probably write this down. Let me find a pen. Gotcha. Strength is a 3. Dex is a 4.
Strength 13, dexterity 15.
Yeah.
And its brawl is a 3.
Brawl is a
I
3.
think that's all you're going to need for this.
Yeah, really. Okay, so I'm going to roll. What's the little girl's armor?
Her defense is a 3.
Okay, so I'm going to roll 7. Not D20s. D10s.
It is bear. I mean,
Boosh. 1 success, right? 8, 9,
Yeah.
10?
Yeah.
All right, so 1 success.
All right, it slashes at her, hits her in the shoulder, spins her around. You can see large gashes.
He barely touched you. Thanks,
Again, this girl doesn't scream out. Doesn't even really look like she's in any kind of pain. She reaches out and tries to punch your raccoon bear.
Shit's getting real now.
And I've got a strength of 2 and let's see, what else would I be rolling for that? And we'll go, since she's still got that part of the sword, so I'm gonna be rolling
What's the
5.
bear's wits? What's the bear's wits?
The bear's wits
Yeah.
are 3.
All right, so the bear has a defense of 3.
Yeah. So I'm gonna roll 2.
Oh, fuck. Maybe this time I won't actually be the one to kill an animal. I'm cool with
So
that.
I got 2 10s and an 8.
Dang.
wow,
You can see.
man.
Voodoo. It's stinking voodoo.
As your buddy rushes in, she stabs out with what's left of her sword, impales the animal right between the eyes, and it falls lifeless to the ground.
Oh, that raccoon bear was a chump.
Michael?
Let's see. So I'm following through with diving through this shadow person. I'm going to shout to Mikhail, basically, wake up, trying to get his attention, because in my mind, he's still kind of dazed. My eyes are going to be looking for the spear that I saw was on the ground that the girl dropped. I don't know how much action you can let me take, but I'm picturing I'd gone through this person, I landed, yelled at Mikhail, and now I'm after the spear.
Okay. We can say you can be yelling at Mikhail as you run.
As
for
I
the
went
spear.
through.
Yeah. But like I said, when you did go through and you felt that kind of resistance, you did hear in your mind a blood-curdling scream.
All right. And then, I mean, again, I don't know how far you'll let me go, because I'm on my way to the spear now, but I don't know how much
Yeah.
action I got it. I got it.
Well, if you want to roll a dexterity as you're running, you're trying to grab it.
X. Let's see. If I can get my dice stream up and running. Yeah.
Wow.
I'll pick up some rocks and anything else, some spare boots that are out there.
Okay, you well, if you want to, you rolled the 10, so you go ahead and explain your exceptional success.
Let's say that the spear was on the other side of my dive, so as I rolled through, heard the scream, yelled at Mikhail, I grabbed the spear as I was coming up.
And then time to make boots out of the bear. Apparently.
So as you come to your feet, and the way you do it, very athletically, you come up and you're facing Mikhail. So what you did is, I guess you just like dove, rolled, grabbed the spear and came up, and somehow you did a 180 in the air, some Bruce Lee stuff, and you're facing Mikhail now. So Mikhail.
Hey!
Do I see him?
Yeah, you see him. And you're kind of thinking, it's like, what are you doing, man?
Dude, William's dead.
Now, are you saying that out loud?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna say right to Michael. I'm gonna say William's dead. The little girl killed him.
Okay. And no, look behind me. He's right there, on the other side of the dead raccoon.
Spear through the face.
Okay, I'm gonna slap him again.
What's going on? What happened?
Swing your mace.
And I hit him in the face.
by all means, roll it.
No. So, can I attack this little girl?
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, I want to hit her in the face finally.
So you're gonna go over and?
Yeah, I'm gonna walk over. I'm gonna swing my mace, and I'm gonna attempt to hit her straight in the face. Her Terminator-looking face.
Oh, your girl. Okay.
There's another girl. Is the raccoon bear a girl? I'm confused.
Well, we got the shadow you were initially seeing. We got the girl with the broken arm, and we got the dead raccoon bear. I hope it's finally dead.
Oh, yeah,
Bob, don't tell me it comes back to life.
And that's in game 5. 7. Oh, that's funny. Holy shit.
So what is the status of the shadow figure?
The shadow figure, you can still see kind of shimmering there. You get the sense that you did do some sort of damage to it.
Okay.
All right, well, I'm going to run over to the shadow figure and try to, like, slide my axe or swing my axe into its spine.
Okay.
Sound good?
Sounds good.
All right, so I got a, what is that, strength plus dexterity, right? Plus weapon?
Yeah, I'd go weapons.
Or strength plus weaponry?
Yeah.
All right, what's their defense?
3.
All right, so we'll roll 3. Nada.
Damn.
Okay.
Bob jinxed me.
It's a beautiful swing, but that's about it.
All right. All right. The girl with the broken arm is still up, right?
Yes.
All right. And well, she can't be that far away from me. I'm gonna throw the spear at her. What's her defense?
Her defense is a 3.
Okay, so that's going to knock me down to rolling 2. Using thrown weapons, athletics plus dexterity.
Am I able to see what's going on?
Crap.
Oh, good.
Shit.
Oh yeah, you can see it because you threw the spear.
Yeah.
So,
Am I right? Okay, William, go ahead and do a dexterity because you see as Michael, he rears back and with all his might throws a spear. It
I'm going to throw that
sails-
back at you if I can catch it.
Hey, catching. Hang on a sec. Catching is catching athletics plus dexterity. If you can catch it.
Okay, so I've got dexterity. Anything else that I'm adding?
You said athletics right there, Michael?
Yeah, catching objects is athletics plus dexterity.
There you go.
All right, here we go. Please.
Roll well.
Okay, so I do have one success.
I guess that's good.
At least there's that.
Sorry.
Okay, so you, for some odd reason, you don't know why, Michael's throwing a spear at you, trying to kill you. You catch the spear in your hand. So now you have a spear in one hand and you have your bladed gauntlet as your second weapon.
Okay, and the girl, is she kneeling? Because last time she kneeled. Is she still doing that?
Yeah, she's kind of hunched over with her hands on her knees, looking up at you. Well, hand on her knees because she's only got one now.
Why did you attack me?
She looks at you and she's breathing heavy, and she goes, "For me to live, I have to destroy you."
For you to live, you need to leave my daughter right now.
And she goes, "For me to leave your daughter, you'll have to kill me."
Let's see. So I'm going to attempt to incapacitate her. Let's see, and that's just going to be a straight up brawl. Yeah, I'll do 4 plus 5.
So that'll be against my dexterity.
Let's see, in his unarmed close combat, defense, and armor. So
So it'll just be
and you
3,
said,
because she has no armor.
oh gosh. Okay, instead of, well, I'm just going to grapple, which is it's the same thing. So I'm going to attempt to grapple. Ooh yeah, booyah. Eat it. And attempt to grapple.
All right, and that's against my dexterity, correct?
I don't know if it's an actual. I think it's just the defense to get a grip on the target. So once I get a grip, I can do another maneuver, which is my strength plus my brawl minus your opponent's strength.
Okay. So my strength is a 2. So do whatever you need to do with that.
Yep. So, oh gosh. So it's the 1 cancels out the 9. I didn't clear my stuff before. So I guess I don't. I'm just saying I've got a grip on you basically, but my maneuver did not work.
Okay. She bats your arms out of the way, and you go stumbling. As you run past her, you're now standing between your 3 companions and her. It's like if she's here, You three are here. The shadow thing is here. So your enemies are on each side of you. You four are clustered in the middle.
I'm going to take another swing at Shadow Dude.
Okay.
Putting my back to Connal so I can face girl.
So I think your defense was what, 3?
3. Again, a beautiful swing. Mikhail, what are you doing?
Can I hit this girl?
You can try.
I just want to hit the stupid girl in the face. All right, what should I roll for this?
Only in an RPG. Can I hit this girl?
I just want to hit her.
Hey, do you have any skill in things that are really bad in social setting?
Yeah, I have no skills whatsoever.
You roll your strength.
Yep.
Plus if you have a
I
brawl or
okay.
Do you have any weaponry?
Which one's more, your brawl or your weaponry?
Brawl.
Brawl's more like punch. Yeah.
Yeah. So brawl plus
Strength.
So 4. Time to pay.
But you minus their defense, which is
2, right? Or 3?
3.
Great. This is
roll
cool. Here we go. Come on, 10. And no.
That's wrong, guys.
Well, yeah, that's a D6. You don't want a D6.
No. What
You will never succeed with the D6.
Boom. The success.
Okay,
He punched that girl in the face.
you punch her square in the bridge of the nose.
I am satisfied.
It sounds like somebody's hit a gong. She staggers back, lands on her butt, and starts to stand up immediately.
This bitch.
Oh.
Now, if whoever will go, Michael, if you can get her before she stands up, she's going to take a penalty.
Yep, I was about to
she's
take
sitting
a
on a
shot
flag.
at her. I was going to take a shot at her since I've got my crossbows. She's still got a defensive 3, or is she at a disadvantage since she's down?
We'll say she's got a defensive 2 now.
Okay, so that'll give me a chance to roll 3 on her. Waiting for my dice. I'll take that.
Okay. You shoot, and one of your bolts goes through her eye. Again, you hear in your mind that screech, and she lands on her back and starts flailing around. William, when you hear Michael over there, it's like a whoop, like a whoop, and you look over at the girl you're fighting, and you see her eye basically explodes from its socket, and the gore and the blood stuff just starts leaking down her face. And she will now take, both enemies will now take a penalty for just having one eye.
Okay.
Aim for the eyes.
Yeah, so basically I'll run up and I will aim at the other. I'll do an all-out attack basically to pinpoint. Well, I can either do an all-out attack or aim. Basically, I want to target the eye.
With what are you doing? With your gauntlet or?
Yeah, with the staff, like the spear, either one. Basically, I'm aiming to maim the other eye.
Okay, I totally forgot that you had the spear.
Yeah. So I guess just basically my gauntlet. I'll do that because I'm not good with any of the other stuff. So And then what's the penalty now on her
Her
defense?
defense is 2.
2. And then can I aim? Do I aim or all out attack? I guess aim would make more sense.
I would. Does the aim give you a bonus if you call the shot?
Yeah, it gives
it
me a
does.
+1. But the all-out attack is +2, but an all-out attack's not necessarily pinpointing, I guess. So I guess I'll do the aim. And then you said -2, so I've got 4. All right, 1. Okay, so 110.
Okay. And go ahead and explain.
All right, so basically I'll run up and jab the, well, no, it's got to be my thing or whatever. So basically I come up and just kind of swipe at her other eye and then destroy that eye.
Okay.
Nothing too fancy.
I would have thrown the spear, impaled her eye, and then you could have looked at Michael and said, "That's how you do it, son."
But this is still my daughter, right?
So yeah, you do take out her other eye. And Michael, Mikhail, and Connal, you see the shadow figure takes on more substance and becomes like, if you could call a shadow more solid. You see like somebody is ripped, like black construction paper, rip pieces out. Now all you see is 2 holes, which you can see through.
Well, I'm going to swing at those holes. Sweet, sweet holes.
Remember, it's negative, or her defense is now 1.
Well, but I'm swinging at the
Mirage.
the Mirage figure, not her.
Yeah.
And so it's still down to 1 then?
Yeah, it's down to 1.
Oh, fuck yeah. One success.
Okay. So you hit, your axe sticks fast in its shoulder.
Yeah.
And you can see not really blood, but it looks like more like tar. It starts leaking out onto the ground.
Now, is the girl out, down? I mean, what's...
Let's say you look behind you, and the girl, you can see a large, ugly wound appear on its shoulder.
On the girl?
On the girl.
Oh, they're linked.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And is the girl still down on the ground, or is she getting up?
Or William's girl or your girl?
Oh, so the shadow is a girl? It's kind of like Peter Pan and his shadow?
Kind of, yeah.
I'm talking about the girl that I just shot. The real girl, not the shadow
The
girl.
real girl? She's in bad shape. She's on a knee.
I'm gonna yell, "Beat the shit out of the girl!"
Try to incapacitate her if you can.
See, I'm not understanding that. I mean, we have... I'm even going to look... Why? Why do we want to
She's
save
my
her?
daughter.
She's the Terminator. She was your daughter. She's not your daughter anymore. Look at her.
She's still there. You just have to take care of the Strix. If she's incapacitated, that may actually have the Strix get out of her because it can't. It has no host at that point. Is my thought.
It is not her, William. End it, or I will.
It is her.
Right,
You
well,
have
they're
one more
arguing.
chance.
I'm going after the shadow. 'Cause,
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna go beat. Yeah.
we don't have time to stand and argue.
Yeah. Beat the shit out of the shadow.
Mommy and Daddy are arguing.
The
on
shadow
leaving.
knows.
So, Michael, you're running towards the shadow. What are you doing?
I'm going to take a shot.
Okay.
I've already used one crossbow. I'm going to take another shot at the eyes. So it's an aim shot. So that will be a +1. And you say
her defense is down to a 1 now.
and that's sweet. So well, crap.
Okay, as you shoot, like I said, it looks like somebody's ripped holes in construction paper. Your bolt, while it's a great shot, passes right through that hole without any damage.
Okay. I'm readying an action.
Okay. Connal, what are you doing?
I am going to swing at the... Well, I'm going to ready my swing for the black paper guy as well.
Okay.
But I'm staring right at William angrily.
Take another bite of your turkey leg.
That's gone now.
All right, Mikhail.
I'm going after the paper guy. I'm gonna try and hit him.
With your fist or with your mace?
I guess the mace, but I have nothing in weaponry, which really doesn't help.
Do you have dexterity?
Yeah, I have 2 in that.
How about athletics?
No, nothing.
Crap. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I'm really limited at this point. So can I just roll dexterity for it? Then it's a 1, right?
What merits do you have?
I mean, that would be basically throwing your weapon at it. But
It worked last time.
how about brawl? Do you have any brawl?
2 in roll.
And how about strength?
2 in strength.
Okay, that would be unarmed combat.
All right, I guess we're going unarmed. So that'll be 3.
Yeah, she's only got a 1 defense now.
Yeah, so let's try it.
Yay!
Nice.
Okay, now where were you trying to punch? In the face?
In the face.
Face?
I'm all about that face.
You hit it square wherever its nose would be. And your hand appears on the other side of this thing's head. No, that's not a bad thing.
Okay.
You basically punch right through its head. You hear a scream from behind you, and you look, and the girl that William was fighting, her head explodes.
Yes.
The shadow thing, it dissipates with a scream, and the girl that William was fighting turns to dust, and it blows away in the wind.
We just killed the Corsican.
I did it. I did it. I fucking did it. Sorry, William.
I go over to Mikhail and punch him in the face. What's your strength?
Not much. 2.
What's your defense?
Oh God.
It's either wits or dex, whichever one's lower.
I missed.
2. Let's see. The hell is that?
You dodged with style.
Yeah.
Nothing. And I keep apologizing. I'm so sorry. I didn't know. I'm so sorry.
Is the black figure still there, Bob?
No, it's gone. It
Punched its face off.
punched his face off.
So the dude and the daughter are gone now.
Yeah. The shadow thing dissipates, and the girl that William was fighting kind of turns to ash, and it blows away.
I turn to the crowd and go, "Are you not entertained?" Had to.
I'm going to look at Mikhail and say, see, it's not always bad to get into a fight.
That was horrifying.
I slap him on the back and say, "You did good, kid." And I look at William and say, "We're in ancient Rome, William. That obviously wasn't your daughter."
Then I belt out like the loudest scream that I can.
Okay. As
Just
you do that,
don't really do it right now, please.
Hang on, let me turn down my...
I've got 4 kids.
as you supernaturally scream, the crowd goes totally silent. And as one, they all turn and they file out of the arena. Minutes later, it's just you 4. William, I haven't really been keeping track of your damage, so I hope you have. You're kind of in bad shape. Connal, you've got some mental issues to deal with. Everything that you love ends up dying.
I go over and start sucking the blood out of the...
And it tastes horrible.
I spit it out. And then I cradle it. Is it back to the size of a normal raccoon now, or is it still a big bear?
No, we'll say it disappears too. It melts into a big black puddle.
I dropped to my knees and let out a huge scream by the raccoon.
You see up in the... it's kind of like a box seat. Yeah. You see a guy sitting up there, 2 guards, and Cassius sitting next to him. And you hear a voice that says, "Approach."
What do I do?
I walk up
Start
there.
walking.
Yep.
Okay. As you walk up to the wall, you see Cassius. He comes down. He goes, "This is the Knight Emperor." He goes, "We're going to go to the council now and discuss what's happened." And he's smiling. He's overjoyed. He says, "Each one of you, the things that happened to you in the arena should have destroyed you. Mikhail, you have the blood of these monsters on your hands. Connal, you've tried to suckle from one of these monsters. William, you've been stabbed and pretty well beat up by one of these. And Michael, did you ever get hit?"
No.
Well, we'll say that
I went right through one.
there. Yeah, okay, yeah, that's right. I was trying to remember. He goes, "Each one of you should have been tainted and driven insane and destroyed, but you've all come out relatively unscathed." And William kind of looks at Cassius and says, "It's like this isn't unscathed." Some guards come out and usher you to the back, where you see bodies hung up from the rafters with no heads. Blood's being drained into buckets. And Cassius goes, "Here, this is for you. Clean yourselves up, rest for a few minutes, feed, and we'll go to the council shortly."
I'm topping off.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll do the same. But before that, I ask Cassius if my daughter is still alive.
He says, "I don't know about your daughter, but whatever you think that was you fought out there was not your daughter."
Told you.
Ooh.
And then I punched Connal in the face.
Go ahead, son. My defense is
2,000.
Nothing could ever hurt me more than the loss of my raccoon.
Twice. Just had to go through that twice.
Success. I got 8.
And I just turn and drink. And I heal back up.
And I just keep punching. So.
Somebody's going to get tired eventually. I'm just going to stand back, lean against the wall, and
I'm just glad it's not me this time.
A few minutes after you what?
No, I was just going to say that, I feed as well to replenish the vitae. On the health stuff, does feeding recover, like, how does I forgot how the how the healing works. I know that, like, it takes a lot for, like, the piercing, but the slash damage, I think, goes away with feeding.
Yes.
I think for every vitae you consume, the slashing, I do believe, goes away, but the piercing, it's going to take, and I can't remember how long.
Yeah, it's something like sleep and something else or something. Yeah. So okay.
But you're out of danger,
Okay.
Yeah, you could spend 1 vitae to heal 1 lethal wound. And yeah, I'll let you know what else I find.
Okay, cool.
Chapter 7, page 175.
Yeah, and 173 has it as well.
Sorry, I didn't take the damage because I'm not chunk.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't aggravated, so you didn't star that. It was just an X. So you can use 1 vitae to heal 1 lethal wound.
Yeah. Bashing is done in 1 turn.
So is that if I'm feeding, I get vitae?
You're going to take your X, and it's just going to be a slash.
Right.
Yeah, because 1 point is regained in 2 days.
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay, some fresh clothes are brought to you. Your weapons are somewhat cleaned and given back to you. And you're ushered by some guards down what appears to be an impossibly long spiral staircase underneath the arena. You come before 2 huge silver double doors. And those doors open. Again, just like with the ones up top, you don't hear anything. It's just like they're on butter. Inside is some torches, and sitting in a large chair is the man you saw out in the arena. He's dressed just like any other Roman. He's got black, short hair, and he's got the little fig leaf headband or whatever they called it. He's looking at you intently with his sitting kind of like this, watching you enter.
Excellent.
Yeah, Mr. Burns over here.
Yeah.
Release
the hounds.
You see Cassius on one side of him, and standing behind the throne, you see X and O. And of course, there's just like in daytime Rome, you're like in a large Senate chamber. There's dozens of other vampires sitting on seats.
I start staring at them all in the eyes, except X and O. I bow my head.
Can we tell?
I look at them.
In the crowd, can we tell which ones are the
Republicans and which ones are
patricians and which
Democrats.
are the plebeians. Yeah.
They have Trump hats.
Make Rome great again. Nobody's talking as you walk in. They just sit there and stare at you as you walk up to the Shadow Emperor. He says, "Congratulations, you're the first ones in hundreds of years, or ever, for that fact, to make it through this far into the trials." And he wants to know what. He asks you how did you get here?
Well, it's a long story.
The two children who
Yes,
set us on our path are right there.
Those
You should ask them.
children.
Oh.
And he turns around and says, "These two here?"
Yeah, tic-tac-toe.
He says, "They've been with me since the sinking of Atlantis."
Their future selves
Yeah,
sent us.
we're from the future.
Come with me if you want to live.
Get to the job.
X and O, they whisper into the Emperor's ear, and he leans over and whispers back, and they go back to stand behind the throne, and he shakes his head, he nods his head, and stands up, and he says, he looks at everybody and he says, "Clear the chamber." And silently, all the people that were sitting in the seats, they get up and leave the room. The guards even leave the room. So the only ones there are you four, the Shadow Emperor, X and O, and Cassius.
Can we get a feel of the age of these individuals? I mean, I know in the previous one we could tell when someone was truly ancient or recently turned.
Cassius is old. Not, I wouldn't say ancient. Of course, X and O, you know,
Yeah.
they're very
probably
old.
ancient even now.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And the Shadow Emperor, you can tell he's on the borderline of old and ancient. He's been around.
Okay.
And he walks down the steps, and torches come to life behind the throne. And only then do you realize that his throne is on a kind of like a dais, circle stairs. He's sitting in the middle of that, and there's actually a back part of this room. And that's where these torches come to life. And he says, "Walk with me." And he goes around back behind the dais which he was sitting on. X and O and Cassius are following him.
I follow.
Walking along.
Yep. Let's go.
All right, as you walk back behind the throne, you notice a very familiar sight. A shaft of light has appeared, going up into the darkness. 4 smaller shafts of light are on each side of it. And he reaches over and grabs Connal's arm, not threateningly or anything, but holds it up with his and looks at his bracelet. And he says, "These items that you have," he goes, I know them, and you must be rid of them quickly. These are evil, even in our eyes."
What the benefits they've given us are amazing. What can you tell us why you consider them evil?
He said, "In the wrong hands, these bracelets could destroy the world." He said, "But they feed on energy." He goes, "It's true. Tell me if it's true that you haven't felt the hunger since you've had these on."
True.
And we've been in the sun.
And of course, you've been in the sun. He goes, that fight you were just in, do you think that if this were wherever you came from, that fight would have lasted that long?
Not in the daytime.
He goes,
No.
these were made by the Strix to basically siphon off vampire energies so they could go about their business and not draw attention to themselves. They were a siphon. They would, after the individual would die, the second death, they would retrieve these bracelets, and instead of openly feed, they would do it in secret. He goes, you're just offering up a smorgasbord to the Strix with these bracelets. And he motions over towards the shaft of light. Does everybody remember in Sinyon?
Yeah.
That's exactly where you are now. That's what it looks like.
So now we understand why the Strix were after them there.
I speak to the Emperor, the Shadow Emperor, and then basically say that these bracelets have gotten us this far, and I think it's the only thing that's going to help us fulfill the prophecy.
He says if those aren't removed within a week, you'll be dead, or worse. You'll be an empty shell for the Strix to possess.
When we're done in a week, there won't be a Strix left.
And he just laughs. He goes, you haven't even fought any Strix yet. He goes, you fought shadows. He says he goes, I won't even fight a Strix because I'm the most powerful vampire in this part of the world, and I fear the Strix.
But your name is not in the prophecy.
He says, neither is yours. He says, you still have one more trial to go through.
But we've got so far.
Well,
All right.
let's get ready for it then.
Yeah.
What is it?
As he's talking to you, he's circling this light. And he says, you say you're from the future. And I will tend to believe you because of your strange ways and actions since you've been here. He says, X and O, and he looks back at them, and they step forward. He says, they can help you in your second step of your test to see if you are actually the four chosen ones spoken of in prophecy. He says, but you have to make a choice.
I look at O, and just like I did before, I just think it. I look at her and ask mentally, do we need to give these up? Is he being honest with us?
You said that to X?
I said it to O, but...
Oh, okay. O telepathically says he is being honest. He is telling the truth when he says that the longer these items are on you, the weaker you will become, and there's things worse than a second death. And he goes, and they both X and O at the same time say, if you are telling the truth and what you say is true, and we do know each other from the future, know that we're not lying. These items have to be contained before the Strix get them.
I believe you. I'm just thinking. I believe her. I'm just curious why they had them stored in Sinyon if they were such volatile commodities at the time.
And you're like thinking that at them?
Yeah. Well, if they spoke out to the crowd, to the group of us, partway through their answer, basically, and answering me, I'm going to go ahead and start speaking now, so that the rest of the group's knowing what I'm saying and thinking.
They, with what you just said, they say, we don't know anything about this Signon, or
Credit.
they said, we know spells and practices that deals with time, and what we know could send you back to any time that you want to go to. But to do that, you're going to have to give these bands up. And they seem genuinely concerned, like they don't want you to die or get possessed or anything like that.
So this is one of those weird paradoxes where they got the bands from us to store them in the future, and we brought them back from the future to put them here so they could store them in the future to give them to us to bring to the past.
And I'm going to apologize now if Aisha watches this, because she hates time travel and all the stuff like that. So, sorry.
It makes her feel all wimbly-bimbly.
Oh, we got in a big argument watching what was that? Some time travel movie. I was trying to explain it to her. She hates time travel, so.
It is really inconvenient. I hate it too.
Yeah.
Every time I do it.
The Emperor steps up. He puts his hand up, and he says, "Enough of this. We have to get on with it." He goes, "I've just received word that there are Strix in the catacombs." He looks at X and O, and he waves his hand, and they hurry off. So now it's just you four, the Emperor, and Cassius.
The kids got us this far.
And he goes, "Tell me, truthfully, how did you get these bracelets, these rings?"
In a room very much like this one. We were defending them from the Strix because we were told that they needed to be recovered before the Strix got them.
And they were in 4 different little light pillars.
And he looks over and he goes, "Like these 4 little light pillars here?"
Exactly.
Almost identical.
And he says, "Do you know how to remove these rings?"
We did it once before.
They looked very different at the time.
And he goes, "I can't tell you what to do, but there is a way to remove these and send you back to your own time."
Wouldn't that basically take us out of the second trial?
He says this is the second trial.
We should do the opposite of what we did before.
Why do we want to leave the rings? What's going to happen to the rings if we leave the rings?
He asks you, he answers your question with the question. He goes, "Why do you want the rings?"
Why do I not want the rings?
But why do?
Because no,
See, I'm gonna go
basically,
ahead.
like the rings are something that the Strix want to possess. How can you ensure their safety at this point? If we do not take them with us, I feel that that's the only way that they can be destroyed. And if it's at our own death, it's better than anything, any consolation or any.
He says these items that you have and that you don't want to give up are older than recorded time. He goes, if they could be destroyed, we would have destroyed them a millennia ago. He says, we need them. off of you so that we can ensure their safety. He goes, you seem to trust my 2 small companions. He says they will be given to them so they can study them and safeguard them so the Strix doesn't get them, don't get them.
See,
He
I'm
said,
going to
but time is
apologize.
running out.
I'm going to apologize to Aisha and look over at William and say, okay, if we give them to him now, then back in our time, we're going to be sent to get them 2,000 years later. So no one got them.
No, we've had them all along.
See, sorry, Aisha. I'm going to go ahead and walk into the middle shaft of light.
Okay, as you do that, you feel the compulsion to stick your arm out of the large shaft of light into the smaller shaft of light.
I'm going to go ahead and do it.
Okay, as you do that, the band basically floats through your wrist and turns back into whatever color it was. Let's say it was the red one. And it's just hanging there in midair. And the Emperor says, don't leave the shaft of light.
Run to the light.
And he turns around
William
to you
and say, I'm trapped here now. You've got to choose.
I walk away. I guess I'll go in.
Okay.
Same
As you
thing.
go in, the same thing happens.
Yeah.
You know what I do, bud.
You fight it?
Wow.
Take your axe to it.
Take your axe to your wrist. I'm not going to go out like a punk.
Yes.
I summon my raccoon bear. We ride off into the sunset.
The spirit, the totem of the raccoon bear.
Yeah.
Okay, so I take it you're walking into the shaft of light also.
Yeah.
Okay, same thing happens. So it's just William. And the Shadow Emperor looks at you and he goes, your friends, they can't leave that shaft. You know what happens if they're not protected by the rings. He goes, but you have to hurry. He goes, the Strix are almost upon us.
I look at X and O and I ask them if they trust me.
Oh, they're gone.
Oh, they're gone.
Yeah, he sent them away. More than likely in the defense of the council chamber.
Okay. So I talk to I look at the Emperor and ask him if he trusts us.
He walks over to you and puts his hand on your shoulder, and he goes, I trust you with my unlife. He goes, hurry and make your mind up, and whatever time you think of, that's where you will be sent to. He goes, I've looked into your mind. He goes, your first trial, you thought was your daughter. He goes, you could save her, or you could go back before you were even made undead. He goes, that's totally up to you. Each of you. He looks at each of you. He goes, all you have to do is go in and give up your ring, and you can be sent to any time that you think of.
I turn and I grab his arm and just kind of set it. I don't grab it hard, but I just kind of set my arm on his hand and look at his eyes.
Okay. And he sits there and looks right back at you. And with that, you hear yelling coming from the hallway where the silver doors are, and you hear pounding. As you look over, you see large divots or dents being pounded into this door from the outside. And he looks at you and he goes, "You have to hurry." He goes, "We can't afford."
Make up your mind.
I thought I said I already went to the shafts of light.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, okay.
I didn't hear that.
No?
Yeah, no, sorry. I put my hand on his arm, and basically, and then I turned around and then walked towards the shaft of light.
Oh.
Okay. As you walk into the shaft of light, same thing happens. Your hand goes up to the smaller shaft, your ring comes off. And with that, you hear a large crash, and you see the two large silver double doors fly off their hinges and smash into the wall behind you.
Nice.
One of them even takes out his throne up on the dais. The room is almost immediately filled with dozens of creatures, and you see their eyes are glowing like an owl. And the Emperor turns to face them as you stand there with your mouths hanging open, and he holds a hand up, and all of them stop. And as he turns to face you again, you notice that his eyes are glowing like that of an owl. And then there's a loud noise and a bright light, and we'll see if we can do this within the next couple months for part 4.
Tricked.
Son of a bitch.
Nice. You're a master of twists and turns, Bob.
Brilliant.
I like it.
Oh. Awesome, man.
I don't like being a sucker.
It's better than being possessed.
I guess so.
All right, guys. Well, we appreciate it, and we're going to go ahead and wrap it up. Well, again, we thank the Invictus guys again for starting their stream, and then everybody else here that's with us for being a part of the group. And again, if you're interested in joining, go ahead and find us out at the Facebook community. Enjoy the streaming and stuff from the main guys there. They're got some really good stuff. So go ahead and check that out. Also, too, if you want to join us as well, so go ahead and send us an email and let us know. And Bob, again, I really appreciate it. Thanks for being the GM. We enjoy it so much. So
Thank you.
Yeah.
And thank
All
you,
right.
Chris, for all you do for the community
Yeah.
stream.
Yep.
Yeah, thank you, Chris.
not a problem. I don't mind it at all. All right. So as Connal Riley always likes to say.
Where's my raccoon? Medium.
All right, where's my raccoon, everybody? We appreciate
See
it.
you around the
You
table.
guys have a great. See you around the table.
See you around the table.